is a quick vegetarian kimchi. There's many ways of making kimchi, but this is a quick way. So we're doing it in less than 10 minutes. So in Australia, we fondly call the Asian cabbage a wombok. That's your beautiful wombok. And then there's the white radish, known as the daikon. That's your daikon radish. So that's the base of this quick vegetarian kimchi. So first of all, we slice the wombok and we add a tablespoon of salt. I like to use Himalayan salt, and the little black specks that you see in here, that's actually seaweed. That's like kelp and a seaweed that I mix in there. That's very good for anyone that is concerned if you've got thyroid problems, that we're using the goitrogene family. You've got goitrogene problems, and we're using the crucifers family, the cabbage family. So you can add your seaweed, but I also just add it anyway. It's great for taste, and it swells up in your ferments. It's just beautiful. So just 1 tablespoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of unrefined sugar. In this case, I've used an organic Rapadura sugar, so it's unrefined, so it's that nice dark brown colour. So you just add those to the sliced whole wombok. The longer you leave it, the better. So you can actually slice it, salt it, sugar it, and go off to bed. And then when you get up in the morning, you can add the rest and just bottle it. But if you don't have that time and you want to do it straight away, I've only just sliced this and it's already started to draw out all that moisture. And it's got that nice dark colour there because of the sugar. But that's all part of the process. So then we're going to add the peeled and cubed daikon. So if we were getting up in the morning, we would just chop all this, we'd peel in and dice the daikon, add that in, add some diced cut shallots, including some of the green, you know, your scallions or shallots as we fondly call them, and then a cut up apple and a pear. Now a nashi pear, the Asian pear, is the ideal one to use, but otherwise you can just use a nice hard pear, which I've used there. You can add chilli if you want a bit of spice. If you don't want spice, leave the chilli out. I've used some of my garden chilli there that I've dried. Only a little pinch of it. If you are working with chilies, do wear a glove. Then just mix it all in until you've got it nice and mixed. See that? Mix, mix, mix. And then into the jar it goes. And you may just have to top that up with a little bit of water. There's no need to add salt to it because you've already got that salt in there. Just a little touch. That will give it nice. That's beautiful, lovely mix. Some ginger and turmeric. It's a great addition as well. So you would add your diced ginger and your diced turmeric. So you will just, that one's already peeled. Excuse me, my little knife has disappeared. You could put some garlic through there if you wished. This is not the traditional way of making kimchi. This is a very quick, but it's still very, very tasty. There's many different forms of kimchi that you can make. Now we just put that into the bottle. Don't want to make too much noise there. Make sure it's pressed in nice and tight. Making a little bit of a mess here. Get that up there so you can see. Edible flowers, totally not necessary, but they've come out of my garden. I like to always add little pieces from my garden. It makes it look nice and pretty, and edible flowers are nice when they're fermented. They actually taste a little bit like a little caper. press it down nice. Press it down like any fermentable. You've got to make sure that it's submerged. So you pour the rest of the liquid over there so it's all submerged. You can put a cube of your daikon on top because that'll work as a great weight to keep it all underneath that liquid. This is a very quick ferment. It'll be fermented in about 3 days. My beautiful Kim that we had staying here was my exchange Korean student. His mum stayed with me for a while when he graduated, and she said that her mum would always say, yes, that these quick kimchis, they'll be fermented in 2 to 3 days, but they really are at their best when you then refrigerate them and leave them for about 1 to 2 weeks. And the flavour really evolves, otherwise it's still at crazy kimchi time, and we don't want to be eating crazy kimchi, but it will be tongue tasty, and you can try it. Like after 2 to 3 days you'll find that it may just you'll get little bubbles coming up. Like any fermentation, like everything that we ferment, what we do is we put a little saucer underneath and we cover it with a cloth and put it into the cupboard, keep it somewhere not too cool and not too hot, and it'll just bubble away its own little business, and it'll bring you quick kimchi, vegetarian kimchi. I've got lots of ideas for you in your download on how to use your kimchi.